Welcome to the online class on the key success factors of e-government in Korea. My name is Seokjin a professor of public administration at Seoul National University. It is my pleasure to meet you via the internet to discuss the e-government policy in Korea and share the knowledge and experiences of e-government building in Korea. I hope this course will be very helpful for you to develop e-government in your countries. This is Chapter 3, whose title is Leadership and Governance for e-government. This chapter aims to understand the significance of the leadership and the governance as key success factors of e-government building based on the e-government building experiences in Korea. The objectives are as follows. Students will be able to build an understanding of the significance of political leadership as a key success factors of e-government building, and to develop an understanding of the importance of the e-government governance as the key success factors of e-government building. Based on the objectives, we will deal with the significance of the political leadership and e-governance. To understand the importance of e-governance, we will check the National Basic Computing Network Project case in the 1980s and the e-government special committee case in the 2000s. Finally, we will discuss the current e-government governance under the E-Government Act.
Let's begin with the question of why political leadership is significant for building successful e-government. It is because e-government building is a complex project which requires funding, coordination among agencies, and the revision of laws and rules in government. Without consistent support of the political leadership, it would not be easy to overcome such obstacles in the chapter of e-government building. In addition, information systems such as e-government should not be expected to be created all at once. They must evolve for a long time, which means that having strong leadership to drive the process is required to grow successfully into a sound system. How about the political leadership in e-government building in Korea? The development of presidential vision, a strong commitment to delivery, and leadership skills for coordination have been the most significant driving forces in pursuing the e-government agenda in Korea. Korea's former presidents adopted e-government as parts of their national agendas and provided continuous attention and financial and institutional support. Former presidents in Korea also had strong motivation to promote e-government because they believed that IT adoption in government was necessary to enhance the administrative capacity in government and boost economic and social development in Korea. Presidents not only made extensive efforts to build internet infrastructure, but they also had interests in the investment in IT education for students and citizens to establish an information civil society with active utilization of e-government by all citizens. Their interest and desire to promote e-government was expressed on many occasions, from the inauguration speech to an ordinary cabinet meeting. They encouraged public servants and citizens to enhance IT knowledge and build an information-oriented society to enhance national competitiveness and sustainability. The president's interests in e-government building became a driving force, which was necessary to coordinate different opinions among the government agencies and institutionalize the value of innovation in the public sector. Presidents demonstrated his commitment to e-government development by participating in essential decision-making processes whenever necessary. President's strong will made it possible to allocate the budget on time to the e-government projects and establish cooperation among the agencies. Presidents gave their support to leading agencies, which took a leading role in creating a vision for the goals of e-government and in achieving those goals. Moreover, when there was a conflict between agencies over the e-government initiative, presidents mediated and coordinated efforts to resolve the situation. Let's go to a new section about the importance of e-government governance in e-government building. Why is e-government governance significant for e-government building? It is because the rigorous e-government governance is necessary for enhancing the collaboration among different agencies and for mobilizing the various resources for e-government building. One of the most challenging tasks of e-government is coordinating various agencies that participate in the e-government building process. For example, ensuring interoperability, avoiding duplication, ensuring coherent action in a range of crucial areas, security and privacy, and providing the framework and capacity for seamless services require a high level of coordination among diverse stakeholders. The effective coordination system and the process are demanded to solve the problems. The e-government governance should take the roles of a coordinator in e-government development. Therefore, the effective e-government governance demands a participatory design, stakeholder analysis, determination of priorities and issues across agencies, and respect for the different levels of technical maturity and identity. Then let me discuss the relationship between political leadership and the e-government governance in the Korean context. The political leadership of presidents was closely associated with the e-government governance in carrying out e-government policy. Korea has displayed leadership to secure such cooperation by setting up special committees, a coordinating body of e-government governance, under the president's direct control. The presidents allowed the committees to oversee the selection, monitoring, and assessment of the critical e-government tasks. Also, in cases where different ministries and agencies' interests have been sharply divided, the presidents have shown their leadership by taking active steps to the activities of e-government governance to resolve the issues concerned. Let me explain the significance of the e-government governance with the real example of Governance for National Basic Information System project in the 1980s. The National Basic Information System Steering Committee was organized to cooperate and coordinate between related agencies to succeed in the National Basic Information System project. This is the organizational chart of the National Basic Information System Steering Committee. The committee deliberated and coordinated the National Basic Information System Project Master Plan, covering procurement and repayment, and introducing and developing technique and equipment. The Working Level Committee, which consisted of working level officials from agencies related to the project, was operated, examining the item discussed in the committee beforehand. The Executive Office, which consisted of the officials from relevant ministries, public and private agencies, was operated under the steering committee to support the practical tasks. As you can see in the organizational chart of the committee, the user agencies of each network, including governmental agencies, financial institutions, research institutions, universities, armed forces, and public security agencies, participated in the 5 driving committees of each network to plan and coordinate the project. The presidential interest and his will on the success of the project were realized by organizing the National Basic Information System Steering Committee. The president established the committee in the presidential secretariat and appointed his chief secretary to the head of the committee. Under the support of the presidential leadership, the chief presidential secretary, as the chairman of the committee, played critical roles. He steered and promoted the project and resolved conflicts among the agencies of the government. The secretary also got involved in information sharing, standardization and security issues, and the acquisition of financial resources from 1987 to 1989. After 1989, the Minister of Post and Telecommunications started to be appointed as the committee's chairperson. The executive office of the committee was transferred to the ministry. Let me take another example of e-governance for the 11 priority e-government initiatives in 2001. Korean government organized the E-Government Special Committee, EGSC, to resolve the possible problems in carrying out the initiatives and improving the quality of administrative processes and public service. This is the organizational chart of the EGSC. The EGSC consisted of 17 members from the public and private sectors, including the Senior Presidential Secretary for Policy Planning, 7 vice ministers and 2 vice minister level officials from the government, and 7 experts from the private sector. The combination of the committee members from government agencies, the presidential office, the public sector, and universities brought diverse talents and competencies to lead the management of the national-level e-government project. The EGSC designed its structure and communication channels to coordinate the different opinions among the ministries and secure technical support. The EGSC held a meeting of the working-level committee members every week. They monitored the proceedings of the initiatives, made policy decisions, and discussed the problems arising in the chapter of implementing the initiatives. The working-level committee's co-chiefs were appointed: the chief of the National Computerization Agency, NCA, for technical support, and the Presidential Secretary for Policy for coordination among ministries. The EGSC also had autonomy and discretion in actual operations because it had a reporting channel to the President via the Senior Presidential Secretary for Policy Planning. The critical issues discussed in the meeting were reported directly to the President by the Senior Presidential Secretary for Policy Planning. The private sector head of the EGSC led the working sessions with the MIC, technical support and distribution of the Informatization Promotion Fund, the Office of Planning and Budget, Government Reforms, Budget Allocation, and the MOGA-HA, Organization Management, Local Government Management. This coordination system of the EGSC was very beneficial to secure administrative, financial, and human resources, which were the main factors of the multi-ministry project. Then how about the current e-government governance system? The current e-government governance under the E-Government Act is as shown in this figure. Details are as follows. Let me explain the responsibilities of each organization in the e-government governance. The Ministry of the Interior and Safety takes the overall charge of e-government building. It oversees the development of plans and its implementation, securing the budget based on collaboration with the Ministry of Strategy and Finance. As a specialized agency, National Information Society Agency supports the distribution of services developed through the related projects, while the business coordination committees review the project proposals and business plans for support projects. The administrative and public institutions select the service operators for implementations of the various projects by establishing the project plans and preparing the requests for proposals. Finally, the Ministry of Strategy and Finance is in charge of providing the necessary budget and support and utilizing the balance remaining after budget execution for other projects. The E-Government Bureau of the Ministry of the Interior and Safety, MOIS, handles all administrative affairs of the government online. MOIS promotes the enhancement of administrative productivity through the digitalization and sharing of information from administrative agencies and promoting policies to develop and support informatization of the local communities. Especially in order to advance the e-government system, the MOIS implements mobile administrative services, such as mobile e-government, promotes the utilization of cloud computing and integration of information resources and information technology architectures, and implements safe e-government by strengthening the information protection system and expanding the information protection infrastructure, including privacy policies, to thereby ensure safe management of the people's personal information and counteract any adverse functions of the related technological developments. Furthermore, the MOIS supports exports of e-government-related know-how and is working to expand Korea's role as a leading e-government nation. What are the roles of Central Administrative Office? The MOIS defines the Central Administrative Office as a combination of central administrative agencies, their subordinate affiliated agencies, and the autonomous local governments. The head of the Central Administrative Office can designate, change, or cancel the standardized information resources that can be utilized by administrative agencies and the private sector, after consultation with the relevant administrative departments. Its purpose is to find and select excellent information resources among them, which it can then distribute to the other administrative agencies. E-Government Promotion Committee is another vital organization in this governance system. This committee is affiliated with the Ministry of the Interior and Safety. This committee reviews, examines, and makes adjustments related to matters concerning the establishment, implementation, and promotion of e-government plans and policies. The E-Government Promotion Committee conducts deliberations on the directions and strategies for e-government promotion, the establishment, implementation, and evaluation of the basic plans, improvements of the relevant legal systems and policies, and reviews and coordination of the related projects. With support from the Minister of the Interior and Safety and civilian experts as co-chairs, the E-Government Promotion Committee emphasizes policy and technical cooperation with the private sector. As one example, the committee operates an e-government public-private partnership forum composed of industry academic experts and government officials, and entrusts it with the role of carrying out professional research and consulting on e-government-related policies and technologies. Further, the E-Government Promotion Committee can present agendas to the Information and Communication Strategy Committee if deemed necessary for the efficient promotion of e-government in relation to the IC Strategy Committee's efforts for national informatization.